Alright, what you see here is a Casablanca Delta 2 ceiling fan. This is a fan I've been wanting to get for a long time. Let alone this specific one, actually, because this fan has been through the possession of many collectors. This is the one that Dan Spiffy Newman had way back in 2014, 2015, that he bought for Mark Castro. Then ended up in Castro's position, and then Daniel Groundwater, then Chandrew, Brandon C. Johnson, and now me. So it's been, aside from all the collectors and such, it's had a total of 7 owners, which I've never heard of any fan in the fan community have so many owners, let alone a rare fan or an uncommon one like this, since the glass blacked out 2s are very hard to find. But yeah, I'm showing it with the 4-blade configurations. You don't really see it with the 4 blades. You usually always see it with the 5-blade configuration. Since it came out around, the black finish came out around the year before they started doing 4 or 5-blade option. So, yeah. But yeah, the fan is from September 13th of 1994. And it's actually 13 days before Brandon's actual birthday, so it's pretty neat, honestly, I think. But yeah, I like it better with the 5 blades, but it does actually look pretty nice with the 4 blades too. And as you can see, the chain is not brass; it's actually black. That's the original chain. I cut it in with a Sharpie. You can kind of see some brass parts still. Swapped the knob, and I just put an adaptive black chain on it, a number one, because I think it looks a lot better for black chain than a brass one. It's all like discolored and such. But yeah, has those cardboard type vents, which I love the look of them, but when it comes to cleaning it up, they break so easily. So I do just like them for that, in that sense. But yeah, it's not the original switch cap to it either, nor the hang through. Both of those actually are from the Casablanca Hermosa. So yeah, let me go ahead and start off on low. Oops. Still on reverse from when I tested it with the 5-way configuration. Well, by the time you've seen this is probably going to be going up first. That fact is definitely going up first out of all of them. And for those who don't notice, the lighting is a little bit different. That's because I shut off this light right there, because I'll just show it quickly. When I turn on that light, it kind of gives it a bit of a glare on the black fan. Did it a bit with the Huntington 2 back when I tested that in December. Black one, so I figured maybe, especially with this fan being gloss black completely, I figured maybe try like this to see how it looks in. It looks a lot better, so. And this is actually the first fan I am testing at from in 2020. All the other fans you're seeing being published earlier this year are just stuff that I've tested back in December, or even before that, they were just all backlog. Just been publishing them little by little. But this, I'm not sure if it's going to be the new setup lighting wise for the year. But I'm probably going to do this more for like fans that have a little bit of a glare to them, because sometimes that light kind of puts a bit of a glare on the finish of the fan, depending on how. So, but some fans, they do go to the lighting setup I usually do, and then some of them don't. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's definitely one I've been wanting to test for a while. I was missing the hang through, which was one, and a plain switch cap for it. So that was one of the main reasons why I never got around to testing it earlier, because I've had it for over a year now. And as of today, which is March 30th or 31st, Dan actually is being treated for the coronavirus. So Dan, if you're watching this, I'm hoping that whenever you do get the chance to watch this, I do hope that you have a speedy recovery. By the time you see this, you'll definitely probably be out of the hospital by then, because it's not going to go up for another. I'm not sure when it's going to go up. It's going to go up a bit later, but this and the other videos of this fan are in dedication to you, So hope you get better soon. But back to this fan. This something I could see in a lot of places of wood ceiling like this. I don't know why, but back when I was a kid, a lot of places that had wooden ceilings had gloss black fans. Especially that place in North Conway, New Balance shoe place that had two Fastco Ghost Streams, the '90s version with they looked like Delta 2 events, or Four Seasons 3 events, but didn't have the little portion on the outside, the smaller portion of the event. But yeah, let's go ahead and move it up to medium. I'm just trying to get videos of this fan out of the way as soon as possible because there's certain fans I don't mind leaving on display for a week or so. This one I definitely don't want to keep up for a while. It's already been up for like 2 days now, and with they are actually redoing the basement apartment right next to this or the spot I have here, and they actually had to run a wire from above the fan to where the breakers are, and that okay, the spotlight wasn't on it, so that could have possibly damaged it if they hit it or something, but some of the wood, like dust, covered the whole top of the fan, so I had to wipe it down, but luckily it wasn't like the Casablanca / Homestead in Atlantis being hung down here, because that would have, that one I'm still trying to get a shorter down rod, or I might end up just doing it with the long down rod. I wonder if I do test it. But yeah. Originally I wasn't going to show it with the 4-bit configuration, but I figured since this is literally the only Delta 2 and Glass Block on YouTube, as far as I know, but as far as of the time that I'm filming it, I figured might as well just show it with the 4-bit configuration since there's really no videos of them with 4 blades at all, so I figured might as well do it. Plus it looks pretty nice with 4 blades too. Plus the Delta 2 was originally a 4-blade only fan, so. But, yeah. I mean, I know these like came out in '86, and I'm not sure if in '86 they had the gloss blades like this, gloss black blades, but I remember Tommy, he has a Panama 5 that was like, I think, yeah, it was all black, the spotlight, and it wasn't gloss black, but it was like just black with veneer, which I think looks really nice on it. But yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and move it up to the high speed. But yeah, the fan definitely is in a lot better shape than when I got it. Wasn't that it was in bad shape, it just needed to be dusted off, cleaned up, polished, and such. And it's good then because it's been sitting in my room for over a year gathering dust. All the fans basically that I have in the collection, except for the ones that are hung up, need to be dusted down in some ways. Both this one being black, and because I'm not sure how often this was cleaned by the other people that owned it, but it definitely needed decent cleaning to it. Now, originally when I first tested it, I went to 5 blades earlier. This is probably the first one that goes up, but the flywheel was a little bit stiff to it. It wasn't to the point that when it spin, but it did stop a little bit quicker than my other Delta Casablanca fans that have flywheels would stop, like if I spun it by hand. However, since I've been running it for a few videos and such, testing it, definitely seems to have loosened up a bit, so I noticed that the spin down's a bit longer. So you see the later videos that go up of it with the 5-blade configurations and everything that it stopped sooner, and it's because I did those videos first. But yeah, definitely moves a great amount of air. I mean, it's a K55 fan, so can't go wrong with that. And one of the reasons that's good about having flywheel, especially a rubber one like this, is that, as you can kind of see, the blades are not in the best alignment, but the fan is not wobbling at all. In fact, this actually is the only Casablanca fan I've tested down here that doesn't wobble on the high speed. I just noticed. In this configuration, that is. But yeah, it's definitely a very unique fan. And going on forward into the rest of this year, most of a good majority of the fans that you're going to be seeing tested is stuff that I have not tested yet, and ones I have not reviewed, and I'm going to test them. But a lot of the stuff that you're going to be seeing for the rest of the year is stuff that I just never tested, like back when I was doing the 4 testing videos. There'll be a few remakes here and there, but a good amount of there's a really good amount of fans I need to test. It's like it's definitely a good half of the collection that needs to be tested down here. Let's just put it at that. That is including some of them that do need remakes as well, or that are due for a remake. Alright, shut up, spin down. And as you can see, the switch cap does have some marks that need to be touched up with a Sharpie. When Brandon got the Hermosa, this was the switch cap that was on it, but it had like a brass Home Depot type light fitter on it that scuffed it up, as you can see. So I just used Sharpie colored that in. Same thing with the blades. The edges on all 5 of them had paint chipping off them, where you can see the bare wood. All it was on the edges, not on the actual, not like the flat portion of it. But I just touched those down with Sharpie, and you barely even tell that they were chipping at all. Which is the nice thing about a black fan is if they have like areas that are chipping or something, for the most part you can cover it up, touch it up with Sharpie, and you won't even notice. And that also saves you having to repaint the whole thing, so it's a nice thing about it. But yeah, it's definitely a fan I definitely see myself installing at some point in the future. I'll probably have it installed with the all black look like this, but with the spotlight and 5 blades, obviously. But I mean, one of the other reason why I was holding off on doing video of this is because I did buy a set of rosewood blades, standard ones, not the ones that I showed on the Hermosa, but I had bought a set of standard ones, new in the box, off of eBay. So I had accidentally already sold out the last one and forgot to update it, so I got refunded and didn't have the rosewood blades I wanted to try out on this. That's why I wanted to do it all in one take, black blades and the rosewood blades. But I already kind of got a look of a black Casablanca fan, which is a standard looking one, some sort of rosewood blades, so I'm good for now. At some point in the future, I'll definitely show this with the rosewood blades as well, because I did see in one of the catalogs, I had a black one just like this with the 5 blades, with the K4B with rosewood blades, and I thought it was really nice. But I figured since I already did black and rosewood Casablanca, I figured maybe just go ahead and get this one out of the way. Man, I just really wanted to get a video of this out of the way finally. Because I actually wanted to test it right when I first got it, but due to it missing the parts I needed, or that I wanted to use on it to test it, I had to hold off on it. But back to the bearings being somewhat stiff. I remember when Dan had it, the thing was like extremely, it wouldn't move at all. So he gave it a bath with WD-40 and that loosened it up. Now, I'm not sure if the bearings have been replaced in it. I really don't, for it to have been a little bit stiff, I don't think so, but it also could just be that it was sitting around a lot of dust was building up in it. It could be that. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's running fine now, so I really don't, I'm not really worried about bearings walking up and such. And now that I'm a little quicker here, when each time goes in high, what it is that the portion of the hatch of the hang through that attaches to the hang through itself, that one for some reason it screws in all the way, but it doesn't completely click in. So it's just the torque of the fan kind of pushing it a little bit. I'm not gonna keep it on high too on reverse because I've been moving a lot of stuff down here and the dust is in the air a bit more, so I don't want it to set off the fire alarm. Since sometimes when I sweep down here, set it off a few times. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.